And I'm with Mark. You've seen other videos before. Thanks for jumping on camera.
Hi, Mr. T.
Hi there. Now, what do you feel would be the cherries on the cake down here if they had it in terms of products, services, or other things that you feel is missing here that you've seen either back in Canada or in other countries?
Well, you mentioned the cake, and the cake here is the sun, the friendly people, the climate, the resorts, the budget hotels, the fruit. But the cherries are missing here, definitely. Some of the other countries I've been in, I haven't been all over the world, but for example, Turkey has got an incredible street life. There's musicians, there's kebab shops, there's different restaurants here, there's culture in the streets, not in the sense of a Broadway play, but people doing things, watermelon for sale, cucumbers for sale, all sorts of stuff going on. In Mexico, the houses are painted different colors and there's vibrancy in the streets. The Dominican, the culture, and I think it's due to the history with the slavery and stuff, similar to Haiti, is all the culture, the African culture and the Spanish culture that mixed here was diluted down to what you could survive with. So the culture here comes down to rice and beans, and if you're lucky, you get sauce. And as a tourist who's seen the world or not, you look at it like askance, going, how can you tolerate this? They like it here. They like that small, almost small-minded way of looking at the world. It's an island quality taken to an extreme because there's no influence. You got the islands and the Greek island stuff, but there's an influence. The Mediterranean, here there's no influence.
But could it also be because of the corruption that a lot of culture is controlled by, or behavior is controlled by the authorities,
Definitely.
by laws?
Yeah.
So if the cops arrest anybody who is trying to play a violin on the street with a hat in front of them, or they're trying to do spray paintings with spray cans on a big piece of cardboard, I mean, if they get arrested in a heartbeat, that kind of kills it right there.
Kills
doesn't
it. My own city in Canada, Vancouver, is called No Fun City because it's just no fun. You can't do anything. You can't sell anything in the streets. There's too many regulations. And this place, I don't know about the regulations, but definitely it's lacking in something which a tourist could hang on to that's meaty, that has more than the beach and the sand. And I don't know if it can be done here, but it could be encouraged. Loosen it up a little bit, get the people. It would be good for the economy too. People could get to work, they could sell balloons, or they could sell the music that they play, or they could have a bit more fun with their lives. This is a hard life down here. There's very few opportunities, and the opportunities in the country are created from the government and from the economy. They don't really have that here, especially one that allows people to express themselves.
So Mark, is there any products or services you wish that was here?
Well, I've noticed at the hotel here, they can't get supplies. They can't get the basic things, a coffee machine, stools, sheets. They have to go to all these different places. In Vancouver, you could get that very easily. There's also no, like in Hawaii or Mexico, there's a place where you can go get T-shirts that would say sosua, or you could get one printed, I love sosua, or I love New York if you want. There's none of that stuff here. It seems the imagination of the people has been dulled down to the point where their aspirations, the height of it is chicken and rice. That's it. And that's a sad state. That's a very sad state. That's more to do with the Dominican than the tourist. But how are you going to change it? I don't know. You'd have to change the entire culture to get that imagination to come up.
Thank you very much, Mark. Always good comments from you.
Thank you, Mr. T.
Take care.
You know what I really miss is good beef. And good beef is really, really difficult to find here in the Dominican Republic. You know, you hear many stories about why, but I really don't know the true story of why the beef is just very tasty down here.
Okay, I've heard that the way they kill the cows has a lot to do with how tender the meat is.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason you just cannot get good beef down here. I don't care how much you go to restaurants and they say they have the original, the best 100% beef hamburger, and it just doesn't taste like the ones back north.
All right. Thank you very much, Johnny.
That's what I miss.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
The products, I like lemon syrup that come from France. I don't know where I can find it other country in the world, but here not.
Can it be ordered through Amazon?
I never try, but it's very heavy. And if I order it by Amazon, I pay for weight, and I think I pay more shipping than the syrup price.
Okay.
In my zone where I live, we don't have lots of water. It is yet till 10 days we are without water, street water.
Thank you very much. Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks for your clip.
I think it would be great to have a really good cafe theatre where you had some small snippets of theatre or entertainment before a meal, after a meal, in a cozy environment where you could see comedy, a little bit of musical, a little bit of, cheer people up. Not just karaoke. There's lots of karaoke. No shortage of karaoke.
So do you think there's enough tourism to make that happen?
I think that if you've got bar, you've got a restaurant, you've only got 10 people or 15 people, that's plenty, and you'll attract other people if there's something going on. You know, a show of some kind, and then you could develop that into maybe a half-hour show, you know.
Right.
It could be developed. The idea's got somewhere to go, somewhere to start.
Well, that's very different, so thank you very much for that one.
My pleasure.
All the best. Take care, son.
Well, I think a little general cleanliness would be helpful, and that's not a hard thing to do. Maybe the local officials can provide garbage receptacle bins that everybody can participate in for recycling and keep the place nice and tidy, because the beach is beautiful. Just a little small tip of just helping out to clean up.
I totally agree, because when you're driving around the country, it's so beautiful, but in the roadsides there's this rubbish everywhere. But that would come down to a bit of education, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. And, you know, early on when they're younger, the schools, the systems, just teaching the people the basic tidying up, right? You know, in other parts of the world, we're just used to it. But, you know, having facilities where they put in the receptacles would go a long way.
Also, if I may just add one in the pot on this one, along the roadsides you don't see any signs that encourages people or discourages them from, say, throwing rubbish out the window. I know down under they have signs like, if you drink and drive, you're a bloody idiot, you know, and then people read that and then they, you know, it kind of strikes a nerve in them that maybe they're right, I better not drink and drive.
Yeah.
But if they could do that with the garbage, that would be great.
Yeah, well, in Canada, you know, if you do any kind of littering, that's a couple $100 fine.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike, and enjoy all the great things here. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Thanks for jumping on camera.
Great, Mr. T.
Cheers.
Actually, in Santiago, Santo Domingo, they have it, and it's the option to go there, but fast food.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 fast food franchises. We got one in Puerto Plata, Burger King, but over in Sosua. I'm actually sent an email to Chick-fil-A because I thought of doing something like that would be advantageous for Sosua. So Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, any like fast food franchise, 2 or 3 here will be advantageous to the North Coast.
There we go. Thanks, Ray.
All right.
This is your first time. Is anything missing or is everything superb?
Well, they should change the moto conchos. Got my first Dominican tattoo first day down here.
I don't know if I should say congratulations, but I got one as well. Yeah. And a friend of mine, he stepped off a motorbike this morning and leant right up against another motorbike and got one.
Oh man, I got one getting off one and getting onto one, so it's just like.
Well, get some aloe vera on that.
Oh yeah, I did. I got bandages on it. It's gonna be a while, but every time I look at it, I'll be like, okay, that reminds me of my trip. So
that's it.
It's all good.
Have a fantastic vacation and thanks again.
Oh, thanks again, man.
Cheers.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right.
Everyone, I'm sure you recognize this shining lady here from Sosua. Cerise, thanks for jumping on camera again.
My pleasure.
Now, what do you feel is needed down here?
Oh, anyone that calls me coming in from Canada, America, and they're like, can I bring you something? They know white cheese popcorn, Smart Pop.
Yeah?
I swear it's the best in the world.
Wow.
Yep.
There you go.
That's a product. I don't really miss much here. For me, it's home. I'm not stuck for anything. I have a great network going on here of services, products, and everything. So
and if they don't exist, you create them. Very good.
So.
Excellent. And check out Cerise's channel, Cerise Fairfax, and YouTube. Well, that's your handle for all your social media stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. And we'll just have a quick clip of Noche. Hey, Noche.
Hello.
Hello, love. The most cuddly dog in the street. Thanks again, Cerise.
Thank you.
Have a super day.
Bye, guys.
Music keeps me dancing. when I was thinking actually about it, first I said I wouldn't change anything, or I wouldn't really, that I'm really satisfied completely with everything here in Dominican Republic. I came here as a foreigner, I'm trying to adapt actually to the local area. But then after a couple of the minutes when I spoke with the Mr. T, it's actually like what I'm missing. It's really the more professional relationship, more professional responsibility to the job, to the handy job, plumbers, the mechanics, the painters, construction workers, everything actually that requires really some sort of but some responsibility, like the full time, and that you are really standing behind your job, that you're doing everything on time, that you do exactly what you said, and that you are paid for what you did. But then what happening here plenty of times, like everybody knows everything and they take some job but they don't finish it, or they don't finish it on time, or they completely screw up the whole thing.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, more ethical, committed, skilled people down here, that would be nice to do these trades.
I mean, I have to just also to make a point. It's not that there is no completely ethical. I have a couple of the guys that they are really working some jobs that I need from them. They're really professional. They do, but they're really scarce. It's really rarely, because everybody here is actually trying to make the money. I'm not trying to justify like their wrongdoing, but they're trying to make money. And then if you ask, hey, but are you an electrician? Yeah, I'm an electrician. Are you a plumber? Yeah, I'm a plumber too. Are you a doctor? Yeah, I'm everything. So basically only like that, as you said, like ethical thing that you really deliver whatever that I supposed to pay you for. Because sometimes, of course, it causes lots of the frustration, because if I need like my window to be repaired, then it comes some guy, we arrange the price and everything. First he doesn't finish the job on time, or he doesn't finish the job at all. Then later on, even if he finish all this, it comes up some extra cost. No, now this is like that. So that kind of things.
So they can't walk the talk.
Well, more or less it's like that, yeah.
Well, so if you're watching this and you're thinking of coming down here and bringing a good trade, you'll be 90% ahead of many of them if you can just turn up on time and deliver what you promised at a good fair price.
Yeah, but that's actually really the point all around the world, and that's what I'm saying to all my friends or any people that they ask me, hey, what's the life over here? It's really good if you're really, how can you make money? Of course, if you're doing whatever that you're doing, if you're doing in the honest, proper way, how you should, and that you deliver whatever that we agreed on, that's as simple as that, then you're going to make really good business. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great words. Thanks, Nenad, and all the best with Rakia Bar here on Sosua Beach.
Thanks a lot, Mr. T, to you and to all of your viewers. Guys, come over here. It's really paradise on the earth.
Thank you. So to you, Phil, what's missing down here that you wish was here?
Love. There is no love in this country, only money.
Okay. All right. And do you want to elaborate on that one?
They're only looking for money.
So we need to bring some more love down here, you think?
No, we need to bring more money.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. All we need is love. Da, 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 da. Okay, thank you, Phil.
All right.
All the best with your love hunt.
I really wish it would be more educated people, service, and maybe some more places where to go with the family, like a mall, shopping mall, where we can spend a weekend.
Yep.
That's basically it.
Okay, apart from that, you're happy as 10 rabbits in a box. Okay, thank you very much. Take care.
Honestly, it's two things. For me, it's the sweets. Anybody who knows me, I'm a little fat kid. I love Little Debbie's cakes and stuff like that, donuts. Guys try to bring it down here, but it always melts on the plane. And for me, it's also clothing. I get all my clothes from the States. Down here, I can't really find clothes that fit, my size.
Right.
I'm a little larger. So clothes, sneakers, and stuff like that. I wish they had more like American type clothing stores, because I don't get anything from down here. I have to get everything from stateside.
Well, one thing I've noticed, if you are the skinniest guy here, not that I am, but even the Chinese stores, you're still too large for their
Still
sizes.
too big, yes. All those clothes that fit too tight.
Okay, very good point. Thank you very much, Flip, and
Thank you, Mr.
all the best. Have a good day.
Right.
Cheers. There's a chemtrailer coming right through the sky there, as you can see. Pulling a big, dirty chemtrail right through the sky above Sosua here. Watch my video, Who Stole Our Blue Skies? Because that crap turns in to all this other white crap that covers our sky every night, so we get a sunset that looks really filthy and dirty, and you can see how he just switched it off and back on again. Sky terrorists. Yeah, Tim, what do you think of? You've been here 16 years ago, you told me.
Yeah, I moved down here 16 years ago to help open Ocean Roll Park, and I said when I retire, I'm coming back here and really enjoy this island and the beauty and see all the stuff I didn't get to see.
So is everything here you want, or do you wish there's other things that was here?
You know, the biggest thing that I absolutely love is the fact that you can go to Amazon, order something, and within 3 days, run up the street, pick it up, and you have whatever it is, your spices from home, your favorite toys, you know, whatever it is.
So you're pretty content with everything?
And I'm very content. It's changed so much in the last 16 years for the good. I've gone to Jumbo, blown away at that supermarket, at what's there.
So you don't miss all the fast foods? And
no, we had the fast food, the Starbucks, all the America can stay in America. We don't need that down here because we've got coconut milk, you know. We got rum, we got Presidente.
Great words there, Tim.
You know.
It's nice to hear somebody content.
Yes, no, can't beat it, eh?
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a good day.
All the best.
Cheers.
Bye. Everyone, I'm here with Matteo. Matt, as you've seen in many videos before, and congratulations on opening Matteo's Seaside Pub.
Thank you very much, Mr. T. I appreciate it.
Now, Matteo, what do you wish there was more of down here, or that would be easier to find?
Well, living here 4 years here, you do realize some things are difficult. There's things I have to buy on Amazon, such as, believe it or not, underwear. I can't find the underwear I typically wear down here. Deodorants, such as things like that. Things for my restaurant, certain ingredients that I can't seem to be able to purchase here that you have to make do with, unfortunately, sometimes.
And is there anything else in terms of tradespeople?
Like even just today, I had some issues with electrical problems and plumbing problems. And it's very suspect, some of the help you get here, unfortunately. I think they try their best, but they're not as skilled as what we're used to. You know, when I get a plumber or electrician back home, I know they're going to do a fantastic job for me. Here, I'm worried if it's going to actually work.
Right. Good words. Thank you, Matt, and all the very best with your new place.
Thanks so much, Mr. T. I really
Come
appreciate
try Matteo's Seaside Pub. I'll just zoom in here. There we go.
It's just, we're just missing energy down here right now.
Like bars with pumping music, etc.
Yeah, like even without the obvious, you know, you used to come up from the beach about 3, 4 in the afternoon, and for like 2 blocks away, you could hear like the merengue and the bachata and reggaeton pumping, you know, from
down the
old
street.
Rumba and other locations. So I think it's missing that authentic energy.
Right.
And you know, unfortunately, you know, like I don't come here for, you know, American stuff so much, but most of the places that are open here sort of, you know, cater to snowbirds and expats, and you know, quite frankly, you know, it's just to me a little bit too much gringo and less culture. So so we're missing sort of the authentic culture and the energy down here right now.
Thank you very much. Good comments.
All right.
Have a good day.
Ciao.
Everyone, I've got Gilbert with me. You've seen him in other videos before. So you're just talking to me about the tradespeople, what's missing here in terms of skill and education for them. Why is that, Gilbert?
Well, I'm just seeing this way that people actually doesn't learn any kind of job, so they really don't know how to do their jobs right. They trying to do the best they can, but they don't know where. Well, let's say it like this: they learn by mistakes. That's all they can do. So there is no education on certain amount of jobs they actually going to learn. So that's why it doesn't work.
So one example would be like if you're an electrician. So you're saying they're not trained to do fault finding or analyzing things, measuring things to calculate where the problem is?
No, they are repairing the stuff, and if they see that the stuff works, for them it's done. But they never search for the real reason why it didn't work in the first place. So what we usually do.
And then it might blow up just a few days later again.
Yeah. So then they're going to try it again, or they're going to reconnect it again, or they're going to find a way that it's going to work for a while, but they really don't know why it doesn't work. And if you don't know why something doesn't work, it's not enough just to repair it and then it's going to work for a while, then let's repair it again. If you're not get educated in that stuff, how you should know.
So your wish is there was more courses, more education and training from maybe even foreigners?
Well, foreigners trying to help a little bit out on that, but like car mechanic, you need basics. And the foreigners doesn't have time to teach the Dominican all the basics of all that stuff. There should be basics from the beginning on when you go to schools and you search for a kind of job that they get training for the basics. And then you're going to learn step by step to build yourself up, like we do.
Right. Very good insight. Thank you very much, Gilbert.
You're welcome.
All the best. Cheers.
See you, man.
Here we have cuteness in a hand. Oh, it's just so cute. Yeah, I'm just so cute. Yeah.
Baby, set me free.
I think what's missing a lot is, for example, like with the chiefs of police, why doesn't he understand? It's common sense and logic. Look at the police lights, the police cars. All police cars always have their lights on, 24 hours. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all. Back home, you're driving, there's a car behind you, you don't even know it's a police car till he turns his lights on, and when they do, that means pull over, right? Here, the cops always have their lights on. That's why everybody takes for granted, hey, there's the cops. You know, nobody moves out of the way in an emergency. That's one thing that, nobody, it's like they don't understand this.
And you mentioned
not only that, you got the burglars or the robbers that can see the cops 2 miles away, so they kind of hide. Those are things that just do not make sense to me. And I wish the chief of police, somebody would, understand this. That it's just so. Oh my God!
And was there one more thing you mentioned about police here before the clip?
No, that the policing here. That was one of the things about that there should be proper policing. And that was
law enforcement rather than law abuse.
Right. Well, absolutely. I mean, here it's law abuse mostly than law enforcement. But that is because it's obvious. The very low wages they work. The minimum wage is ridiculous. And so they all have needs. That's why it's easy for them to get bribed. That's the way of life here. Bribery with the police.
Thank you, Jesse. Always good words from you.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed listening to all the good people so far in the video. And just to finish off, I'd just like to interject a few things I feel is needed down here myself. One gentleman, he mentioned about clothing. Well, you see the shirt I'm wearing here, there's a couple of pockets, button up, short sleeves. That can be very hard to find down here. So you try on Amazon, and even there it could be difficult because you don't always know if it's the right size, because it could be Chinese made or American made, so the sizes, they change a lot. So that's one thing I wish there was somebody down here who specialized in clothing for tourists, like sandals, shorts, short sleeve shirts, even t-shirts, as one gentleman mentioned, with things printed on them. That could be cool. And even sunglasses and hats, etc. Also, I'd like to see more families come down here, and with some of them being entrepreneurs, starting different activities or events or clubs there's just that element missing here a bit. It's not saying that there's not a few clubs around and sports clubs, but we could do more. A healthy economy, that's always been the biggest bottleneck for most foreigners down here. And I blame it on the government. If the fish stinks, it stinks at the head. Just locally here, the municipality only cares about one specific type of tourist to favor some investors that are obviously paying the money. But that's not what we need. We need somebody who cares about the people here who help build the whole region, who cares about the business people, even the smaller business people, who dare to take a risk with their money in a foreign country. And of course, that's going to benefit the tourist. If everybody here is winning, they will be winning, because everybody's going to be happier and provide better service, etc. And then I would also like to see a better government overall, but that's like wishing for peace in the world, no famine and no suffering. But if they could give it a check-up from the neck up, that would be good. Also, it would be nice to see some bigger penalties on farmers who leave their cattle running around roads at night. There's a lot of accidents that happen down here because these farmers are irresponsible. So the moment they start dealing with that, would save everybody a lot of grief and money and sometimes life. All right, I would also like to mention some of the most positive things about being here, which apart from the beach, sand, sun, surf and good people, would be the freedoms to do what you want, when you want, how you want, without other people's noses or greedy fingers get in the way. So down here you don't really have letterboxes. You can live in a place and never get any hate mail. And if you're not annoying anybody or owing anybody money, nobody will be knocking on your gate either. And then of course you can control your telephone, your emails, and live a very peaceful life. The second thing is the friendships. I've made more friendships with like-minded people down here than I've probably made my whole life together elsewhere. Because the type of people, especially who move here, have uprooted themselves, sacrificed being away from other loved ones to be down here and start a new life with hope of a better life overall for themselves. And we all have that in common. So that becomes very interesting when we meet up and share our stories and figure out that we are actually of similar minds, many of us. All right, folks, one final thing. If you do appreciate the videos that I put out and the content adds value to your travels or your life down here, then feel free to contribute towards my channel. You can click on the link Donate in the top right hand corner of the screen, or you can go directly to my website educatedtraveler.info and make a donation there. Thank you again and happy travels. Bye bye.